Right, so you've seen my list of things I like about Christmas. Now you're going to see my list about things I dislike about Christmas. Now this is probably an obvious one for a lot of us, but putting on weight. Who likes putting on weight? Nobody. But I like to eat stuff at Christmas. There's too many good foods at Christmas time. The temptation's there. I'm going to eat it. I don't care. And then I'll pay for the consequences later on. And never really kind of like lose that weight. I've done pretty well so far, and I think in about a week's time you'll find out how much weight I've lost. You've got sausage rolls, you've got mince pies, you've got cakes, you've got snacks, you've got more food than you'd actually eat on a normal day. So why eat it over Christmas? I guess because it's there. Man, does anybody else get the blues when it's dark all the time? You go out to the shed to go and look for something, but first of all, you've got to go to the padlock and try and find the right key. Once you've found the right key, you've got to try and fiddle around for like 2 minutes trying to get that in the hole, and then you've got to turn it. And then you've got the task of doing it in reverse. Do you know what? It's a key thing. It must be a key thing, because you then go out to your car, and then you try and find where the hole is to put the car key in the ignition. Half the time I can't find it. I've got to put my phone on. I've got to put the torch on the phone. That's unless you have a keyless car. And then you'll be reading something on paper, not on a screen because it's bright anyway, right? And then suddenly it gets dark. It's like, oh, why can't I'm struggling to read this. What's going on? I've got to say, every Christmas is almost the same on TV. It's always the same films, it's always the same quiz shows, it's the same programs. I mean, you've got James Bond, you've got Jason and the Argonauts, you've got Minions. Come on, we want to see something else. It's no wonder that everybody goes to streaming, because there's nothing on TV anymore. And over Christmas, you want to see something different, not stuff that you've seen throughout the whole year anyway. Come on, sort it out. Now, this is one I struggle with, because as it gets nearer to Christmas, I struggle and strive to get as much work done as I can, and get the loose ends tied up, so I can then take some time off. And it is a task, it really is. I've forgotten the amount of times I said there should be more than 24 hours in a day, because you literally can't get anything done. I mean, when Christmas comes around, all I want to do is relax, take some time off, chill out, play some games on the console, watch some films. Not TV. I don't want to do nothing for that whole week. I just want to relax. I mean, during that time, I'm trying to tie up those loose ends. There's other stuff going on as well. You've got birthdays, you've got anniversaries. Oh, would you want to come out for dinner? Where am I supposed to fit this in? I'm kind of like having fun and working at the same time. But then I want some time to myself to just chill out over Christmas. Oh boy. This is a big one for me, because it's not just around Christmas, it's the whole year. It doesn't matter who's in front of me, they've got to be the worst driver ever. I just go, this is the weird thing, right? You'll come up to like national speed limit of 60 miles an hour, right? They'll decide that they want to go 40, right? So you're stuck behind them. Or even, I've been behind people that are slower than that, right? But as soon as they get into a 30, they start doing 50. I'm like, what is going on in your head? But it's around Christmas time that these people come out in droves. And I mean droves. I mean, there's inconsideration when they put out in front of you. There's no indication. Oh, which lane are you in? I don't know. You tell me. Let alone those people that don't even defrost their car properly and are looking out of a little hole in the glass. Like, ooh, can I see anything? Oh, no. Oh, sorry I went into you. I do apologise. Now this one I think is an age thing. I think the older you get, the further away from crowds and people that you want to be. It's like, nope, just leave me alone, right? But during Christmas time, you want to go and see the fireworks in the town. You want to go and do some shopping, but you can't do that because you're in like sardine can and everybody's rubbing shoulders with you. It's like being on the London Tube. You'd finish work, you'd wait for that first train to go past because you ain't getting on there because you have someone's armpit in your face. I'll wait for the next one. Or even the next one, which I've done before. I ain't doing it, right? But during Christmas time, it's people will stop in front of you, right? As you're walking, they'll be looking at their phone like this, like, "Oh, la, 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 la," right? And they'll just stop in front of you. You kind of do this, oh, wee, I don't want to go into you. No one says anything here because we're British and we don't like to complain about things. We just like to talk about people behind their back. And it doesn't matter if you're in front of someone and they're opening the door. They'll just leave that door to slam in your face. They won't say, oh, well, there you go. No, during Christmas time, everyone's a fuck. Now, this is something I used to enjoy. Maybe I was good at it. I don't know. I can't rate myself. But I don't really like decorating the tree because I'm not very good at it. I mean, I decorated this one, but it's already got lights on it and it's already got stuff in it as well. So, but the main tree, I leave to the other half because it's just not worth the effort. It's too much stress. I'll put baubles in the wrong place. I'll put the tinsel in the wrong direction. The lights will be twizzled round too long, or there'll be too much wire from the lights to the plug. And where's that going to go? I don't know. And then you've got the star. The star's not straight. Oh, I'm so sorry. I do apologise. Where do you want it? I love the look of the Christmas tree, but I just don't like decorating it. Getting the decorations out of the loft. Finding them. That's the first thing. Actually, no. Getting into the loft. No, sorry. Let's go back even further than that. Let's make our mind up that we're going to get the decorations out on a day that I'm busy. Always happens, right? And then you've got to kind of like make your time an hour, maybe 2 hours, maybe all day, because there is a plethora of decorations in the loft and they're scattered all over the place. It doesn't matter if you put them away really tidily, like I have. During the year, they kind of like think, oh, I'll just go over here. I'll go over in this part of the loft. He can find me. I'll play. It's like playing hide and seek, right? So when you go in the loft, you get in the loft, you struggle because I'm getting old, right? And you bang your head on the beams. You try not to fall through the ceiling. I mean, thank God for phones because they come with a torch, right? Because before that, you then had to go find a torch before you could do anything. Usually you'd have to go and buy one. Right, so you're looking around there, you can't see really what you're doing because the flashlight on the phone's not very good, right? And you think, oh, I've got it, I'll bring that out. So you bring something out that they didn't want. And there are bags and boxes of stuff that you can't even remember that were there last year. I mean, you could probably remember half of it, right? But that other half, where did it come from? It just appeared from nowhere. And then once you've got it out, during the year, the lights have decided that they want to tangle themselves up into a knot. So you've got to spend 2 hours trying to undo that. The tinsel's decided it wanted to get tangled up with all the blue tack you've put on it from last year and forgot to take off. And then you've got to try and find the star, the main part that goes on the tree. Where is it? It's hidden on its own in a corner, scared to come out. That's where it is. You've got to go and find it. That's why I don't like getting the decorations out. Now, this is kind of a new one because it didn't used to be. It seems to be in the last 4, maybe 5 years that this has deteriorated. And I find it unacceptable now. It's Christmas crackers. They used to be quite good. You used to get quite good stuff in them, little dinky toys or whatever they are, right? And a little joke and a hat, right? Nowadays, there is either a nonsensical joke that you don't get and you could spend hours trying to work out, or the crappiest dad joke that you've ever heard, or you've heard it a million times. The hats are the same, so there's kind of like continuity there. So that's one thing. And then we get to the toy. You used to get like a pair of nail clippers or a compass or something useful, right? Now it's like a little puzzle that you can't even work out from the instructions that it comes with. Again, you're going to be wasting your time because you're never going to work out how this goes. It's a bit like one of those Kinder eggs where you get the toy out and you're like, how the hell does this get together? No idea. I give up after 10 minutes. And this last thing is kind of like, I've never really liked it. Why is there so much marzipan at Christmas time? It's horrible. How do you even eat that? It smells like plasticine, and it even tastes like plasticine. It's horrible. It actually gives me a headache. I don't know what is in marzipan. I've never really looked it up, but the smell of it just makes me want to gag. Put some icing sugar on it. Something nice, something that's tasty. Right, marzipan. No thank you. People put it on cakes. They put it on their Christmas pudding. They put it on other cakes, little slice cakes, on biscuits. Don't. Just do away with it. Throw it in the bin. Don't even make any of that stuff with marzipan anymore. It's horrible. So there's my little rant and my little list of things I don't like about Christmas. There's obviously parts I do like about it, but there's some truth in there, isn't there? Tell me what your dislikes are about Christmas. Obviously what I've said is overblown. It's kind of like for dramatic effect. And part of the journey is going through all that stuff that you don't like to get to the good bit. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below on what you don't like about Christmas. Right, I will see you tomorrow.